I want to talk to somebody.
DCI's not in yet.
Somebody else then.
All in good time. Just drink your tea, eh?
Sleep well? Have you had time to think about what we said yesterday?
You spoke to any of the people that I told you about?
Some.
And?
Well, nightclubs are funny places, you know, dark, noisy, it's easy to make mistakes. It's not as though you're having a quiet dinner with someone, is it?
Sorry, I'll try to remember that next time.
Next time?
You know what I meant.
Right then.
I want to make a phone call.
Later?
Now. I'm not saying another word until I've made a call.
That was quick. Right then, if you're ready. Maybe you'd arrange a settlement for Sharon.
I told you I don't know anything about any 600 quid.
Eddie drew it out the day he was killed in cash.
Well, was he decorating the Vic? Maybe he wanted to paper the walls with it.
You had a large amount of cash on you when we brought you in.
I've been out for the night, hadn't I?
Money for a night out.
Might be for you.
So this cash, where did it come from?
I told you I did a welding job at the garage and the bloke paid in cash.
This is the man you claim.
I'm not claiming anything. I saw him. Ask him yourself.
Oh, I will. I hope you gave him a receipt.
I'd like to lodge a formal complaint. My client has been held here against his wishes.
Mr. Mitchell was arrested last night. You can check the details with the custody officer.
As I understand it, he was here 7 hours before he was arrested.
He was kind enough to agree to help us with our inquiries.
My client's cooperation is perfectly natural. He has nothing to hide.
In that case, Mr. Christie, perhaps you'll permit us to continue.
Now, I'm afraid I must insist on some time alone with my client first.
10 minutes.
I'm glad to see you.
Right. You better tell me what's been said already. See how much damage has been done.
Then she tried to say that I left the club, went back to the square, killed Eddie and met up with Phil later.
This man you went to see, you've given them his name?
Last night.
Philip said you were gone a couple of hours.
Yeah, well, I had to get in a cab. We met this bloke. I had a couple of beers, then I got in another cab and met Phil back at Kev's.
But you didn't tell Philip where you were going?
It was a private job. I'm supposed to be getting married and need all the cash I can get.
Well, let's just hope they find this man and he confirms your story.
Yeah, but can you get me out?
I'm afraid it's not that easy.
Why not?
They're entitled to hold you for 36 hours. After that, they have to charge you or let you go. And the best thing you can do is to answer their questions as honestly as you can.
I'm trying to, but this bird don't seem to want to listen.
You haven't got anything to hide, have you?
Don't you start.
But in that case, all you have to do is tell them the truth and they'll have to let you go.
You better be right. Where's Phil?
He's outside with Miss Watts.
Sharon, she's here. Oh, she shouldn't have come.
It's hardly my business.
Look, I don't care. I don't want her here. Sort it.
And how long had you been banned from the Queen Victoria?
Dunno. 6 months.
This was following your fight with Eddie. Prior to
My
that
client
time,
has not admitted to any fight. This is merely speculation on your part.
He hasn't disputed it before.
He hasn't admitted to it either.
All right. So why were you banned?
Didn't like me.
That's not much of a reason, is it? If landlords banned everyone they didn't like, the pubs would be empty. Must have been some other reason.
With respect, Detective Chief Inspector, my client has given you an answer based on what he knows. Only Mr. Royle could give you his real reasons.
He's hardly in a position to share them with us, though, is he? Well?
I told you he didn't like me.
And your brother Philip, was he banned too?
No.
Or wouldn't that suggest that it was something more personal?
Now, again, my client cannot answer for Mr. Royle's motives.
Maybe if we talked to Miss Watts, she was...
Leave Sharon out of it. This has nothing to do with her.
You're not leaving me much choice.
He made a pass at her.
So, you taught him a lesson?
No.
Now, my client may have spoken to Mr. Royle, but there was no use of violence.
Spoken to him? He must have a vicious tongue. He was in hospital for 2 weeks.
As I understand it, Mr. Royle himself stated his injuries were due to a fall. In no way did he indicate my client was responsible.
You seem very well briefed.
It's my job to be.
Right, then. Let's move on. After you were barred, how often did you see Royle?
Not often.
You stayed out of each other's
We don't
way.
mix in the same
But
circles.
Miss Watts continued to work at the Queen Victoria.
Until she was sacked.
And what reason did he give?
We got engaged. He didn't approve.
Why?
Why don't you ask? I don't know.
Fancied Miss Watts himself? Did he make another pass at her?
No.
Maybe she didn't say no this time.
You what?
Found out, did you? That they'd been together?
I must
If
protest.
anybody else had said that.
If anyone else had said it, what would you do? Kill them? Isn't that what you were going to say?
No.
Come on, Grant. You already said you hated his guts.
I didn't kill him. Where is she?
She'll be back.
Still here.
He said he'd wait.
Can I talk to him? This is all part of it, isn't it? Leaving me to stew.
If it is, it would appear to be working. Just relax.
Relax.
Look, there's nothing we can do. It's up to them to prove you weren't where you said you were at the time of the murder.
Look, I've told them where I was and who I was with.
And she'll keep you here until she's checked and double-checked.
And I'm supposed to sit here and swallow that?
Like I said, we've got no choice. If you ask me, you're all they've got. And they'll be reluctant to let you go until they've got no other option.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. We'll have to continue this later. Take him downstairs.
You're wasting your time. You know that?
We'll see.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah.
You all right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was so frightened.
I'm home now.
Oh, I didn't know what was happening. No one would tell me anything.
You wouldn't tell me either.
But you're back.
Yeah. They said they were satisfied for the time being.
What does that mean?
They ain't got nothing on me.
Sure.
Yeah.
You hungry?
Starving.
Do you want me to do something? Should we eat out?
Whatever you want.
So, what was it like?
What?
The police station.
I wouldn't recommend it.
You don't have to go back.
I don't know. They said they'd be in touch.
They did believe you, though, in the end.
Oh, they must have done. Mind you, they even had me believing it after a while.
You said you got split up last night.
Yeah.
What's that?
There's a couple of bridesmaids' dresses and a few bottles of champagne.
Oh.
Well, you don't seem too pleased.
Oh, of course I am. So that's where you went, then? To collect some money?
Yeah, I did a welding job the other night. Got paid in cash. You fancy Chinese?
Yeah.
Where's the phone book?
In the bedroom. So you weren't anywhere near the square, then? When it happened, I mean?
No, thank God. If I had been. What's all this about?
Or what?
Question.
Well, I just wondered.
No kidding, must be catching.
Hey?
Well, I'd just been shut up in a room for 2 days with the woman who wanted to know where I was when Eddie got killed and all.
Meaning?
Meaning I expected it from her. She was a copper. You thought that I might have done it, didn't you?
No!
So why the 3rd degree, eh?
Well, it wasn't. I was just...
Just what?
worried.
About what?
Well, you know...
No, you tell me!
I was worried after what happened last time with Eddie.
I don't believe this. You really think that I might have done it?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, but that's what you meant.
No!
Oh, come on, Sharon, a minute. You think I backed out again, don't you? You think I killed Eddie?
What was I supposed to think? You
Do
still...
not get me going in there, you! Thinking about you waiting for me. Worrying about me.
And I was.
Yeah, but that's not all you were doing, was it?
Don't know what you mean.
Oh, come on, Sharon, admit it. You were wondering whether I killed him or not, weren't you?
You nearly killed him before.
Rubbish.
I saw you.
Joe, this would be funny if it wasn't so tragic.
How am I supposed to understand anything when you won't talk to me?
What are we doing now, eh?
I mean, really talk.
All right, let's really
Oh,
talk.
don't
Now,
bother.
come on, Sharon, what do you really want to talk about? I'm sorry.
Do you know what's frightening? We're supposed to be getting married and I don't know anything about you.
Of course you do.
Oh, I know how many sugars you like in your tea, how you like your shirts on. That's not what I mean.
What then?
You still haven't explained to me what happened that night with Eddie.
We've talked about that.
No, we haven't. Not properly. Every time I bring it up, you just pat me on the head and say, don't worry, babe. Well, I do worry.
I told you, I go a bit wild sometimes.
What you haven't told me is why. Oh, I don't know. You can't even be honest with yourself, never mind me.
Look, just leave it, Sharon, all right?
No! I'm fed up with leaving it. Papering over the cracks, pretending everything's all right. Well, it's not. Now, we either face that, or we've got nowhere left to go. It was the army, wasn't it? Grant. Don't turn your back on me. Look, Grant, I didn't mean to doubt you. I couldn't help it. There's a part of you I don't know anything about. This will happen again and again until I understand what's the matter, until you help me understand.
I killed someone, all right? He was just a kid, 16, sat in some trench inside of some godforsaken hill. All he wanted to do was give himself up and go home. And I emptied a magazine into him. He was crying. He didn't even have a gun.
You should have told me.
I've never told anyone before.
Except for Phil.
Not even Phil.
Now you listen to me. What you did over there, that was different, separate. You can't blame yourself.
We've been chucking stuff at them all day, long range. There were spots on the horizon. It was more like a fun fair. Afterwards, we were told to go in and mop up. I'd never seen the enemy, not close before. When I got there, I didn't think...
It's all right, it wasn't your fault.
I kept pumping bullets into his body. He was already dead.
It's what you were there for.
No, it wasn't. I was shipped home a week later. Out of the army within a month.
Since then?
Sometimes, when I'm in the middle of something, I lose it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Like with Eddie?
Yeah. When I went into the pub...
Oh, I saw. It's all right now. Now that I understand.
No.
What?
It's too late.
It's not too late, Grant. I love you.
Think about it. If you could think for 1 minute that I might be capable of murdering someone, what kind of life would we have together?